Hey everybody, it's Silver Seeker, and in today's video we are going to be talking about the advantages and disadvantages of fractional gold, like these 1/10 ounce gold American Eagles, these 1 gram gold bars, and then even fractional silver, like these 5 gram fractional silvers. Alright guys, well we have quite a bit to talk about, so let's get started. Okay everybody, like I said, we are going to be talking about the pros and the cons of fractional gold and silver. So first, before we get into it, I want to answer the question, what is fractional? So I've heard people argue that fractional can basically be anything that's not what you normally stack. So for example, if you're stacking 100 ounce silver bars, a 10 ounce silver bar would be considered fractional. However, that is not actually the case. Fractional is what is considered to be less than what silver or gold are traded for on the stock market. So for example, if you look at gold and silver spot price and you see gold sitting at 1,660, they're talking about 1 ounce. So anything less than that would be fractional because it'd be a fraction of the 1 ounce. And then of course anything more than that would technically also be a fraction, but in the other way. But what we specifically mean is less than 1 ounce because we're talking about less than what the spot price is on the stock market. So let's take a look and get started. We have some 1/10 ounce gold Eagles and some 1 gram bars. So when you talk about gold Eagles, in American Eagle coins in general, the American Eagle coin is one of the most popular bullion coins in the entire world. The Silver Eagle is quite literally the most popular bullion coin in the world, and it's very closely followed up by your gold Eagles. Now this 1/10 ounce gold Eagle is definitely in with that. These 1/10 ounce gold Eagles are very collectible, and the reason for that is accessibility. So when you're talking about gold, and we just talked about gold spot price being over $1,600, that is a lot of money. Not everybody can just go out to a coin shop or even log onto a website like AppMex and purchase a 1 ounce gold coin. It's a lot of money. However, they may be able to afford something like this, like a 1/10 ounce gold Eagle. So something like this gives them the ability to be able to stack gold without spending so much money at once. And that is a very good positive about fractional gold like the 10th ounce gold Eagle. However, there is a downside to that. There is definitely a much higher premium on smaller stuff like this 1/10 ounce gold Eagle than there would be, say, a 1 ounce gold coin. So if you were to buy a 1 ounce gold coin, and we're just talking about speculative numbers here, I'm not giving you actual, quotes off a website or anything, but if you were to buy a 1 ounce gold coin in spot 1660, you may pay $17.20, maybe $17.30. You'd pay about $60 to $70 over spot for a 1 ounce gold Eagle. You might be able to get that a little bit cheaper. Like I said, we're just speculating here. But if you buy like a 1/10 ounce gold Eagle, sometimes you're looking at paying anywhere from 15 to 18 to even upwards of 20% sometimes. And that becomes quite a bit more. So if you were to add 20% to $166, which is what this is, that's an additional $33. So 166 plus 33 is 199. So you're paying at this point $1,990 per ounce, or almost $2,000 per ounce for the same amount of gold. So if you were to go out and buy, say, 10 of these 1/10 ounce gold Eagles, then you're paying $2,000 per ounce, where if you just bought one ounce gold Eagle, you'd be paying $1,700 something. So you're paying considerably more. So if you were to say, want to buy a full ounce of gold, should you buy them in 1/10 ounce fractionals? I mean, that's a really good question. The good thing about fractionals is they're easier to get rid of. So if we were in a situation where we needed to use our gold for something, maybe to trade for something, maybe a 1 ounce gold coin is too much, and it's going to be really hard for the person that you're making the trade with to break it apart to become, less than 1 ounce and to be able to make the transaction. So you would want things like this. Now, if you're quite literally just stacking it on an investor basis, you're not worried about, end of world stuff. You're not worried about the apocalypse. You're not worried about prepping. Then maybe it's not the best idea to get the 1/10 ounce gold coins, because it's going to be a little bit harder to recover your money. It's going to be a little bit harder to recover the premium. Now, of course, when you sell these, you are going to get more for them than you will, say, a 1 ounce gold Eagle, but you're not going to get so much more that it's going to make up for the difference. If you were to buy a 1 ounce gold coin and then buy 1/10 ounce gold coins, and then very next day go into a shop and sell them, you're going to get more of your money back out of the 1 ounce than you are out of the 10 ounces. That's just the way it is. But again, there's a very good positive to that. And the positive is that if you are unable to buy, a full 1 ounce at a time, this still gives you the ability to buy fractional gold or to buy gold at all without having to, shell out $1,700 at once. And the same can be said for, 1 gram gold bars, which is even less gold. So just so you know how much gold is here, there are 31.1 grams in a troy ounce. So in other words, it would take 3 of these to equal the same amount of gold as your 1 10th-ounce eagle. And, that actually shows when you go to buy these 1 gram bars, you pay even a little bit more per ounce than you do for even the 1 10th-ounce eagles. Now, when we're talking about these premiums, we're not talking about the premiums that are, astronomically high right now because of the current situation. We're quite literally talking about the premiums in a normal time. So before all this happened, you're still looking at, sometimes you can get lucky and get these for like 13 or 14%, but generally you're paying, 15 to 18. And then for 1 gram bars like these pamps, you would pay even a little bit more than that. So like I said, there's a little bit of a positive and a little bit of a negative as far as investing in fractional gold goes. I guess it really just depends on the reason that you're investing. Now, when you're talking about silver, is it really the same thing? Let's get this gold out of the way and let's talk about silver. So right here we have 5 gram silver bars. These 5 gram silver bars are from Geiger. And as you know, it takes a little over 6 of these to make a full ounce. So, 5 times 6 is 30. There's 31.1 grams per ounce. So we're missing about 1 gram here from being a full ounce. Now, when it comes to fractional silver, there's a little bit different of a story here. I'm definitely in a different ballpark when it comes to things like, 5 gram silver bars, 1 gram silver bars, and things like that. And the reason is when you're buying these, you're paying a very considerable premium over if you were to just buy a 1 ounce silver coin. Now, of course, I just said that about gold, and I said that's a good thing because it gives people access to gold, except the difference is silver is very cheap right now. In fact, you can buy a 1 ounce silver coin, even with today's premiums right now, you can get a 1 ounce round for around $20. And when you're talking about these being around $6 a piece for a 5 gram bar, you're looking at, $37, $38 per ounce. So that is a very, very high premium and something I definitely would recommend staying away from unless you can get them in bulk and you can get them for a good deal in bulk, or if you just want to collect them because people do like these little things like this. In fact, as you can see, I actually have some. In fact, I have quite a few. I picked up one of these a while back. Now what this is a Valcambi. This is a 100 gram breaker bar. And as you can see in this inside of this thing, there are 100 1 gram bars and they're all together and you can actually break them apart piece by piece. And because I was able to buy them like this, I was able to get a better deal on them. That being said, I still end up paying about $1 per gram, which is still $31 an ounce. I wanted it because it was cool, so I got it anyway. Plus, I like doing giveaways with things like this, so eventually I will break this out and I will crack it apart and, do like silver giveaways with the 1 grams and stuff like that. But it was nice to be able to get them cheaper than $1 per gram, whereas on these $6, $7 for a 5 gram bar, you're paying even more than $1 per gram on those. So these here, while still a very, very heavy investment, it's definitely better than buying an individual one. In fact, if you were to go on eBay right now for a 1 gram silver bar, just 1 gram by itself is over $2. Now that again becomes 60 some odd dollars an ounce. So you could actually break these apart. Now I don't know what the shipping is on that, if they charge shipping or if they're mailing it to you in just a plain white envelope with a stamp. I actually don't know. But still a very, very high premium. So if you're going to buy like fractional silver like this, definitely stick to the big bars like this, or as you guys know, something that I'm always investing in is your 90% silver. So, like a 90% silver $half or a quarter, or 90% silver dimes like these. These are a really good way to invest in fractional silver because they have a specific weight, or a specific purity, I should say. They actually do also have a specific weight, but with where that weight can vary, but they do have a specific purity. So with these, you are 90% silver. No matter how much of this is worn off, if you cut this $half in half, the half that you have is still 90% silver. So you could weigh it, multiply it by 0.9, and you know exactly how much silver you have in each one of these. But the beautiful thing about these is in a normal situation, obviously right now the premiums are very high, but in a normal situation, you can usually get this stuff pretty close to spot, and you're able to invest in 90% silver, pretty cheaply, close to the metal value, which is a really good investment in my opinion. I think right now 90% is still even a good investment, even with the premiums, because because in my personal opinion, I do think silver is eventually going to go up. But again, when you hear me say that, please do your own research and make your own decisions. Don't base your decisions off the stuff that I say in these videos, because again, I don't know as much as anybody else. Nobody actually knows what's going to happen tomorrow. Silver could drop to $5. I don't know. So make your own decisions. But as far as I am concerned, I definitely like investing in stuff like this. 90% silver is a very, very good investment. It's a really good thing to stack, and it's really good for having fractional silver instead of buying this stuff. You know, buying this stuff's really good. If you go to the store and needed a gallon of milk, you could use a quarter. If you needed a loaf of bread, you could use a dime. I mean, it's perfect. You know what I mean? It's just very, very good. And I really like fractional silver for that reason. So anyway, guys, just to wrap it up, like I said, fractional gold, definitely something that is, worth investing in if you can't buy a full ounce at once, or if you are prepping because you're worried about an end of world scenario. You can get the 1 gram gold bars, you can get the 1 10th ounce gold eagles, things like that, without shelling out a ton of money at once. And, if you buy one of these a month, or, one of these every 2 months, I mean, eventually you're still going to get to an ounce, and you can still say, hey, I have an ounce of gold ready to go whenever it's needed. So, definitely worth investing in fractional gold. As far as investing in fractional silver, I just don't agree with things like this. I just think the premium on them is very, very high. And is that because of the cost of production, how much it takes to produce all of these? Maybe, I don't really know. If you are going to invest in them, guys, just make sure you get a big brick like this so you can get them cheaper per gram. Try and find them a lot cheaper per gram, you know what I mean? So something like this, while I still paid quite a bit for, I really like having it. It's really cool. And I would definitely go that route. Or otherwise, just do what I like to do mostly, which is invest in this kind of stuff, like your 90% silver, like your dimes, half dollars, and quarters. Just awesome stuff. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you learned a little bit in the video. If you did, do me a favor, make sure you like and subscribe down below. We will see you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Hey, thank you so much for watching, and I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Now, really quick before you go, over here, I do want to give a huge shout out to all of my channel members. Thank you so much for your support of the channel. It means the world to me. Guys, we also have some videos up here you can check out. If you haven't done so yet, click on those. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to subscribe before you go.